Hello and welcome to the show today. My name is Loretta Tebandeke Kasana and I'm your host for this special day, and I hope you're having yourselves a wonderful afternoon, that the weekend is being kind to you, but most importantly week ebadde tyakatukiriza mukama nti ebadde bulungi ogisanze bulungi naye wewange ebadde ekalubyemu nze njagala okukkiriza mukama nti kotudde ku loud it bwe but this is when things are starting to change. Good things are going to happen for you. Wabangawo waliwo ebiringanga ebikusomoza ebikutawanyiza katukirize that as we go on the show today, we speak into your life, we speak on things that you know and answer questions that you have been having. And last Saturday we started on a topic, and that is love and relationships. It is very key to note that right now it is the love month. It is the month of February. Most of us know it to be the month of love, but also, you know, there's that special day, 14th February, when so views nyingi nnyo okwetoloola olunaku olwo ndoozi era kyobola banga n'abantu balukuza nnyo ne bagamba nti nno February ebeere mwezi ki ogwamukwano naye ffe tugamba cloud it all year round. It's raining love. You need to show love to your family members, love to your people bobeera nabo, but in a nutshell February katugumulise ggo nga tugambe it's a special month of love. And as usual in studio, I'm not alone. I'm joined by a couple of people, and I have the OGs, Priscilla Kahimakazi, my co-host, and Pastor Romushana Isaac. They're here every Saturday delivering on key issues, because we have conversations on Loud It touching a couple of issues with the main intent of helping people take charge of their lives, but mostly navigating obulamu. But on the show today we have a special guest on the panel, never seen before here. He might be a little in over his head, I don't know, but yes, we have Joshua Tumwine, a lawyer by profession and a man who's very passionate about the things of God. Welcome, Joshua, to the show. We are very happy to have you here today. Just say hi to the people and we get right into the conversation for today.
All right. Hello, everyone. My name is Joshua Tumwine. I am so happy to be here. I love this show, and I love this particular topic that we're talking about. I'm not just a counsel, but I'm also a young minister of the gospel. I'm just happy to be here. Amen. So let's have fun.
It's a pleasure having you.
Yes.
And as I had already shared, we already got into this topic last week, love and relationships. Love is a profound language that we all speak, be it a young person, be it an old person. Fena love envelopes all of us. And relationships, we know in every situation that we are in, we relate with people at a certain level. Regardless, still it cuts across. So we want to add these two things even as we are in the month of love, and we continue to, you know, to understand the topic better, to answer these questions. And remember, people who are watching us at home, answers that we get on oralero sigamba nti zili tailor-made. These are from our own experiences, but we also want to encourage you to follow us right now. Obanga genda ku obanga olikula beno show, kindly let somebody know that Loud It is being loud on DreamTV right now. Wabanga li on the go. Funeka Victory app aka downloading asobole okulaba show eno. So people, love and relationships. Last Saturday we looked at questions such as what is a relationship, what kind of relationships do we have, and what do you understand by that? And today I want us to kick off the show with a topic. What are your thoughts on having accountability partners when it comes to being in a relationship? Kubange ebiseera ebisinga abantu ambagamba olina okubeera kwefe in a relationship ng'oli mu myaka egiri consenting. Now it's okay for you to be courting, you're dating. Oftentimes, batugamba, be accountable. Tell somebody, have a mentor figure in your life, your pastor, somebody. What are your thoughts on having accountability partners when you're in a relationship? I'll start with Pastor Isaac.
You started with me.
Yes, please.
And that's good.
It is a yes for me. It is a yes. It is a yes for any Christian couple out there. Omanyi toyinza kwera mu relationship nga mugiri mbabiri mwekka, whether you want it or not. There are other people involved. Oba oyagala oba toyagala.
True.
You are not there alone. Kati bano betuyise ba accountability partners we bajja officially mwababiri mutebye goal. And then you have settled on the right note, if I may say. Kubanga whether you like it or not, temuli yo babiri mwekka. Bwe mutafune ba partners abali bemuli accountable tufe tujja kujja rwampaka. No, other people are there because you are in an environment. You are surrounded by people. So we you are in a relationship to be in Obo yagala
online in-laws.
Number one is your family.
Yes.
Your family here as you're in a relationship, they are there, whether you like it or not. Can I take a dangerous part nti abamu kubajja bali inexperienced, yet they are talking to you.
Yes.
They have not been there, yet they seem to know more.
Man.
Actually, tebalina kye bamanyi. Kati ono yagenze n'afuna abantu abakulu ba mentoring relationship eno wakusingidde gwali mu kukuta akiganyemu abantu officially fa abatali official twereeta fekka ne tubimenya ne tubyonoona ng'ate wali singa wafunye mentors wandibadde otuwona ffe kubanga whenever we talk to you, you have a filter. You go back to these older people. It is so good that they are older than you.
Yes, Priscilla. What are your thoughts?
My thoughts on having accountability partners. First of all, accountability, people to be accountable to. We start with you, the people that are in a relationship. You're supposed to be I would expect that you're your first accountability partners. This is a relationship. So if anything, I'm going to have to be accountable to my fiance, boyfriend, I don't know what it can be called, and them to me. First, of course, you're accountable to yourself as a human being, because if you're going to be relating with someone, I have purpose that I'm going to love this person, them, be faithful to them. Katigwenga gwe, you're your first accountability partner. Then your partner should be your second accountability partner. Okay. Then you could have a friend, you could have your mom, you could have your pastor. Probably you've been praying about relationships with them. Probably you've been, yeah, so I feel like those people are important. Part of our story. And having an accountability, somebody you're accountable to that is outside of your relationship, it's a healthy thing, because you two are not always going to be seeing eye to eye. That's just us. It's human nature. You're not going to always be kawa. So who do you talk to? Where do you go? Who talks into your relationship? How do you, do you call Loretta? Do you call Pastor Isaac? Do you call Joshua? Like, who do you talk to?
Okay, let me hear from Joshua, our guest today. What do you think? What are your thoughts? Do you think it's just people being nosy? Do you think it's surrendering more information than you need to? Do you think, in your opinion, that what is your view?
Thank you very much. I think concerning relationships,
yes,
that accountability partners are good. And this is why. When you have someone who watches over you, you are making sure that, and they track your progress, they know what is happening in the relationship. Basically, they know what is going on. So I think they're a good idea to have accountability partners. But in that relationship, I think the first accountability partner we should have is Christ Jesus, especially for a relationship that is building for something. You must have Jesus at the center of the that is your number one accountability partner, in my opinion. So the rest will come in as they are led and as they're guided. They will come in to tell you, yes, as they're concerned. And of course, we have to have nowadays young people don't like to share and then to tell people, like older people, and these people have been there. These people have been there.
Why do you think, just in your opinion, why don't you think they want to share? Why do you think bayagala okuchesigaliza tebagala gamba muntu yena ina bonne bagamba, let us
vibes around that
I won't speak for many people, but I'll just speak generally for young people, because you're going to think that these young people cannot relate with you or don't understand exactly the relationship or what exactly it is that you guys are going through. So you think, they're probably like old or like backward, and yet these people have experience. Experience is the best teacher. So when you tell me that you're in a relationship and probably your relatives, people don't know what exactly is going on, and they can't really put you to a standard to ask what is happening, what is going on, what is, what are your goals, what are your short term, what are your long term. So I think accountability partners are important. They are crucial, but we must always remember that the relationship is for two people.
Also, with that in mind, what would you say? What do accountability partners look like? Can anybody and everybody be an accountability partner? I think it was directing it. What in your opinion would be an accountability partner? ayinza okubeera muganda wa like you just let me not even give the answer.
I think you want to connect with people who know what they are talking about by experience. They have been there. Okay. So it is important that they are older people. It is important. Waliwo abantu beweesibako nga ba myaka gyo, they want to speak into your life naye nga kyebogerako tebakimanyi.
Kati ate omuvubuka agenda kujja kugambe nina mukwano gwange Priscilla ali mu working relationship ekoze okiraba kakati Joshua kyabadde ayogerako kyekiri tino olumu babeera bawulira nti gap weri nene between him oba bo n'abantu abo abakulu kati ye n'agamba maybe kale if I'm to entertain the idea of having an accountability partner, what if I share with modern age but with the insight that they might know a thing or two. What is your take?
You've said they might. They might. Yeah. So you're taking a risk. You are. Either they will build you right or they will build you wrong. Maybe they just think they build us wrong. Kubanga they are as excited as we are. You're talking to me, I'm excited nage naka relationship kakatandika awo sinabitegera bulungi.
You're guessing.
Kati now was it kati tugesinga
no just guessing.
But there's this security that you have ngomuntu goyogera na yabadde mu marriage for 10 years. Oba kali for 5 years. Waliwo n'abali myaka gyaffe but they have been there. Nze ntunulidde nnyo omuntu abaddeyo nga bw'ayogera owulira depth eyo y'okubanga abaddeyo. Si bya mu katabo, si bya film naye abaddeyo.
Si bya feeling na kubeera cheerleader wa relationship.
Kyayogera bacheerleader.
Waliwo nga bakiyamba.
Akonze kentunulidde experience omuntu ono ayogera ku relationships abaddeyo.
Yeah, that is very crucial, but also who you're going to talk to about your relationship. Your relationship is supposed to be, I would believe, is your safe space, you know? It's your place of your place of blossoming.
Oh, yes.
Kakati nsubiranti, you want to protect that with everything that you have because ochagala ochinyomirwa. So I think to design and to pray about who you give this information is important. Okubera omuntu omukulu, okubera nga you've been there before doesn't necessarily
qualify.
Doesn't necessarily. Doesn't. You could give me wrong advice.
Oh yeah.
You could even give me advice doesn't work.
You know?
And like they always say, like how unique we are, everyone's relationship. Consequently, marriage is unique from your mom's marriage is not your marriage.
Marriage is not tailor-made.
There's nothing. Exactly. So I think first and foremost, identifying those people through prayer. No man, that you need to have that convincing in your heart until ono muntu agenda kunungamya bulungi.
Speaking a life agenda kuyamba.
I think that is a very important thing. Omwe mtukuvu no kumesiga nyonyo because the devil hates love, the devil hates family. Ebimunyiza when tuli mu union, anything we are in agreement, chimutabula, so he makes sure jakuletera obuntu twakwetera omuntu ayogere foul things in your ears, so you need to really be careful.
Okay, now that we have come to the unison that it's important to have an accountability partner. What would you say some of the perks, the importance is, the benefits of having people to look into your relationship, people you are accountable to help you as you navigate your relationship life? What do you think? Wandi gambi omuntu aliye nga abadala bangagamba nze ndowooza ekintu nkyesobolera tujja kimala gundi ne gundi batambula bakabo tebakigusa nune tebakigusa agamba byonna bimunyiga byonna byabadde abyesitulira n'agamba you know what, the Lord has given us the spirit of God and we are our own counselors. Kati mumugambye ndowooza kitegenda okay, probably some benefits
some of the benefits of having accountability partners is already, like they say that English people, 2 heads are better than one. Kati I would consider you and your relationship person one person. Kati mukatako omuntu omulala, those are 2 heads. You understand? Omuntu nga ali knowledgeable about what you're saying. Omuntu nga you have you're convinced in your heart that you're not good for your relationship. So I feel like something that is handled by more than misunderstanding that is beyond the two of you in a relationship. Always another perspective. It's always good to have that other outlook on life, or no that person is just down here and at the end of the day you're like, so I feel like, but yeah, one of the perks is it balances the boat, really.
I would also say among the many things you are later on board, olumu relationship with etandika mwena muli different, move on different places, you have different ideologies about the entire thing, you think about things differently. Absolutely. But ononyo abakiriziganya ku kintu in the way that I'm looking at it, also Joshua is looking at it that way, okay? So I've seen that accountability partners they help to give insight on so many things. And some people think sometimes you might not continue with them there's this class monitor but I feel like they give a foundation on how certain issues should go, how right should look, how wrong should look, how do we mitigate certain things. They give you an insight. Tugambe sort of like a small beginner's manual. So that when you go and you continue your relationship, you build from that. You know what? This is not how we were told to handle this. It's not going to yield. Like Pastor Romashana mentioned that these people are older than you. Sometimes they're older than you. They might not even be older than you. They have more experience than you. So they have seen that if you get mad like this and you handle this issue like this, this is what is going to result. But because for you, you don't know that. You're fresh. Okay, you're going to go so what is the purpose really of going through all that hassle to find out information for yourself? Yeah, there's somebody who could have some insight on it and save you all the trouble, save you all the burdens, sleepless nights, all the quarrels and the banging of heads. So a certain kind of foundation for you to flourish in the relationship on how to mitigate issues. Joshua, something you want to say?
Maybe I think that accountability partners, also the benefits of having them, you have someone who you can share with, particularly what you can't share with your partner. If you feel like there's need to share, you'd share with your accountability partner, because you're not just sharing with them for purposes of sharing, but you're sharing with them so that they can help, so they can guide you, so they can give you wisdom. So one of the things I see as the benefits of having an accountability partner is to have someone that you can share with. Then also a shoulder that you can lean on. A shoulder that you can lean on. And then maybe the other thing would be the purpose or the benefit of having an accountability partner is you have a model which you can actually look at and be like, okay, so now this may not work or this may work, and then I'll change and do this better, or you understand. So let me use an example, a personal example. Me, I'm Priscilla's younger brother. We come from a family of 3. Our dad is a Pastor Tumwine. Most of the viewers on DreamTV in the morning know who he is. And my mom is Pastor Grace Tumwine. I want to send a special shout out to them. I think they're watching. They would like to. Yes. So they have been married for the last 32 years. And there are things out there, ways my dad would talk to my mom, handle her, and you don't have to be told twice. You've learned immediately, so you're moving on. You're like, now this is a blueprint. There are things that you'll be like, I'll take this and I'll go with this. If I don't like this, I'll be like, okay, so maybe this is lucky, I can modify and make this better. Because like, I don't know if it was Priscilla or it was Pastor Isaac who said, but these people don't know everything as well. They also learn, and marriage relationships are things you learn on the go.
On the job.
Yeah, you learn on the job. So they will make mistakes, they will have shortcomings, and you're like, okay, so when I am in mine, I don't want to do something like this. Yeah.
Do you want to agree that there is a point in every relationship where it becomes a burden, where things become heavy, where it changes first?
Yes.
And this is when these people help you understand that your burden is not so heavy.
But you're not the first to even go through this.
You know? And they may be handling another couple alongside you guys. So maybe you are complaining about something that is so small and you think it is a burden so heavy and you want to let go. And this is when these people come in to tell you, watcha, you are playing around. Somebody's going through fire and they are moving on. I think we want to do it. So I see them as people who help you understand. They really
lift up, but they balance it, honestly. Back we are.
Maybe before we close this, my addition would be they make the reality of a relationship work. They make the reality of a relationship work. In that whenever you'd think that maybe this is like a person was saying, like sometimes you'd be like, but this woman, and you're like, and then some old men will tell you, you have no idea. You have no idea. So, you know, so, and then you're like, okay, we can try this.
We can run it. Okay. The other question I want to pose: what are some of the things we should assess about ourselves? One gave it every singer. You know, you want to run into. It looks beautiful. Oh, Priscilla is in a relationship. Nice. Pastor Isaac. Hey, Mama. I also want that. I would love that. But what would you say are some of those things you should assess about yourself before wanting to tag somebody's child to yourself? Do you understand what I mean? Chicheche chibuzo byoyinza okwebuuza nga tonnaba getting into a relationship. So I want us to think about that, and when we come back from the break, that is a question that we are going to be asking ourselves. Now, njagala atulaba tula wansi webuzeeko, what are some of those things you need to look about yourself before you decide to get into a relationship? Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
You're watching DreamTV.
Welcome back from the break. Hope you are having yourselves a good time on the show. And before we went into the break, we're talking about love and relationships, but most importantly, self-evaluation before you decide to seek a partner, before you seek to jump into that relationship. Because very no very important. If I jump into a relationship, I'm all set. Sometimes not about the other person. Sometimes you need to do, the inner work you as an individual. But before you get into that question, Banange, to AGAPE Love Month that is happening at Victory Christian Center in Deba this very month. We'd like to invite you. The lunch hour is already ongoing. Come through kuchachi wanotuina abasumba benjawulo mu lunch hour bagenda kubanga bogera naffe ku nsonga zino zenyini naffe zetu kwogera ko love and relationships, obulamu bw'obutambuzi otya, relationships ozi navigating zotya, ate sagala mwerabirenga 14 February omwezi guno gwennyini tuina the couples dinner at only 150,000 Ugandan shillings. Kindly come and be a part of the dinner and be part of the things that are going to be happening. Tuina abogezi banje abali lined up on that day nga boogera ku nsonga z'obufumbo mwongere kale butebenkere bwongere okutambula obulungi, mwongere okunywezebwa, okusimbibwa, obufumbo bwongere okunyuma ate nga 15, which will be the next day. We have what we call the meet and greet, the Ruth and Boaz dinner. Mitwale 5 jokka nze ndaba ezo sente bagita beyi nseko buseko jangu osange Boaz enzo musanga wano twogera ku nsonga za relationship. You might find your wife here, you might find your husband here, because that is the whole purpose. Uje olabe brother wo mu kanisa nga tomusanze walala onya tomusanze tomulonze kubo tokoze bitya. Not on the streets. The streets are cold, the streets are tough, but church is your place of solace. And we also want to invite you on the 24th of February to AGAPE Mass Wedding. Oboyagala kugatwa ko lunako tuli mu kuwandisa abantu jangu Victory Christian Center, olabe administrator, olabe beetaaga ate olabe nga ko lunako tolusibwa banange musale ko kosizembaga lumu muyita abantu mu meeting bichi sente ziganye nana Victory Christian Center ibategekedde olunako olw'embaga z'ekikungu nga tulina gotawanyiza ate ng'embaga ya kitiibwa omwaka oguwedde n'emyaka guli ogwaggwako. My God, the weddings were glorious. Please come, we wandiise omwana w'abandi omuyise mu lukuubo. Amina bananga ategeze munne naye ffe tudde ku mulamu gwaffe banange. So what are some of those questions you need to ask about yourself before you decide to tag somebody's son along, or before you decide to get somebody's daughter along? Bibuzo chi biwandyebuuzizako before you seek to get into that relationship that you think are key.
First and foremost.
Yes.
Ngate tunaba na genda wala. What do you call love? What do you call love? What do you call love?
Do you as an individual?
Kubanga oli goleeta oyagala ku showing love.
Yes.
But what do you call love? Is it communication for you? Is it money? Because to some people love is language. Kati tugenda ku Valentine. Abantu abamu love bagimanyi in kind. Take away ekintu.
Twala out ekimuli.
Ekisozo ky'emmotoka. Take out. Valentine ngoleeta. Kati gwotomera omuntu nga tomanyi kyayita love. N'okola by'omanyi naye nga ye teyakubuulira. What do they call love?
What is love?
Bw'otandikira awo.
Okay. Abantu wakulu. Second and foremost,
yes.
Are you healed? Are you ready? What got you out of your first relationship? Kubera okujja nga it's your first, webanga ndaranga it's another one after another. Wavayeri. Okay. Tetumanyi history go mumanyi. Are you healed? Do you feel like your heart is ready to receive love? Do you feel like your heart is ready to give? Kubanga munna abantu abamu, they don't even give themselves time. Tewe wabudde kuhealinga, ku self-reflectinga, kubanga sometimes ebintu ebimu bibaawo and you're the reason why the relationship failed. Gwe not the other person naye you kati bw'otatula wansi n'okola search, no better honest nawe kennyini it is important to ask yourself if you're healed.
Yes.
Unhealed people hurt others. Hurt people
Really do
hurt
hurt
others.
others.
Stress people stress others.
You know that what that is going on in the streets, Mboteri budde dia. First heal and then
stress people
yes, stress people.
Going to stress us. Your problem.
Toxic people are toxic to others.
Oh, yeah.
So really get in touch with yourself. Where will say, am I healed? Am I really ready? Unomsaja yogede binjo no mwala mwagadde ankubi, but am I ready? Mazima ddala if I
Ekyattabiti kigenda kutta bino. Akavuyo ko ke wajjeeri.
Cycles nabagamba dano ku show. Patterns are patterns. If you don't go out intentionally to break patterns, you cannot invest and do the same things and you want new results. Techiriyo. Techiriyo, yes, Joshua. Wananga Joshua ali wano naye uli obwedda yakagala okulekayo pondi.
Ando obwedda ayogera nga tamala. Naye nze kyembadde njagala okugattako maybe would be where are you going? You've asked what kind of questions would you ask yourself before tagging someone along? Yes. Where are you going? Yeah, and how are we going to get where we are going? Those are crucial questions. If you do not know where you're going, or to go ingewa already, like where are we going? So
what is
the key question is where are you going? And with this person's child, what is the plan?
Yeah.
And
also to add what Joshua said, where are you going is important, but also what do you want out of the relationship?
Absolutely. Yes.
Chigwe choyagala.
This is the foundation.
It is important because if that is a question, it's even relevant when you're going to start out with this person. Because if you do not know what you want, how are you going to communicate to this person? How are you going to... The Bible talks about who two people work together unless they agree. Kakati ogenda mugenda mugambachi. Are you going to just be high on love and love? But guys, I have known for a fact that love alone is not enough to run a relationship. There's so many other things. It is such a beautiful thing. It's like a good catalyst. It's a good enveloping of a thing. But there's so many other things that go into relationships and whatnot. There's so many things that you think about going in. But I think most importantly, the question you need to ask yourself, what do I want?
What is the vision?
Am I looking long term?
Yes.
Do I just want a person to comfort me? Am I looking for a marriage partner? No,
Valentine's partner.
And also another thing you need to ask where was it? Am I ready to be accountable? Ochitegedde. Kubanga abawala banji, especially young girls, let me lean a little bit. I know relationships before you get married, submission, is not until you get married. But even then, two people, you have to be accountable to get the one. But talk about accountability partners, that your first accountability partner is your person. So, but the question is, are you ready to be accountable? Are you ready to answer questions that previously it was you, yourself and you. You get it? Where are you? Ozimbobo mbuje yabike. Like, okay, why are you asking me? Why are you reaching? Oh, biraba. Ngabimunyiza tayagala mubuza bimufako. Tayagala mubuza jabadde jagenda byagenda kola. Tayagala. Don't ask me. But honey,
come on.
You're in this is a relation. It takes two people to tango. So yagala omuntu yatambule blind-eyed nawe nga taina chagenda kubuza in assumption. So ask yourself, are you ready to be accountable? Because there are so many things about yourself that you're going to have to share. I'm not talking about intimacy. No. But there are so many other small things in there that you're going to have to share
your
with your
time,
person.
Your thoughts, your plans.
Yes.
Because I mean your plans evolve me.
Accountability. Tuwuliranga bw'obosizza omusajja omukubira essimu omusajja awuliranga omugyeyo mu kitiibwa ky'omusajja ate ffe twagala okubuuza
ati abasajja katubatereezeemu ku show eno ku loud it as much as you want to kubuuza naffe twagala okumanya and it is two way bamikuwange wano.
Yes.
Yeah, ekyo kiri tuwe. Sigenda kusteeka mu gwe kubulire. Sebo, hamunaye ndi wano ndi ku Shoprite. Tuse lugogo ndi ndakawa. Munaye
traffic officer emotoka ajikutte.
Nanti
Yogera kona ye.
I've had girls that yinza ogamba yo person owange mukwano I'm here stuck in traffic naye ndi mu taxi mpa boda riders ngere naye
kola ka video call bana kwe mugano gwaje
atano wali waje
say accountability
naye bananga starunshana katubagambe it's not emasculating it doesn't make you any less of a man because
to me actually Loretta I would think what would make you more of a man is your ability to be vulnerable enough okutegeera nti no kino kintu see it's not toliko gunpoint. You're not doing this out of spite. Size kunyoma mukwano, you're doing this because you love me. Olabanga the more you find is wachisanga more obwangu, the more love you have for me to me.
Because I think naturally as men probably yes Joshua, tell us.
Pastor Isaac Kwakwad, he threw us under the bus. but you see,
in your opinion, do you think it's something hard, like for every guy, like in a percentage?
In a way, there's a way we have been raised, especially as men, to be the alpha and the one who finishes everything. But if you love someone, you should be able to tell them and be accountable to them. Tell them that I'm here. Be intentional. There's something we skipped when we were talking about everything, and I felt like we usually use it, so you people forgot it. But intentionality is important, especially in a 21st century kind of relationship. Because if you're not intentional and choose to communicate, there's going to be problems all the time. There are times when honestly it is hard to communicate, and we're all from different homes. We're all from different homes,
Aside for me.
They're all from different homes, guys. So the issue is the way we see things is different. I won't see things the way my partner sees them. But at some point, because we are on the same team, we have to drive towards the same thing. So intentionality and communication and then accountability, all those things work together.
You know what I've understood from what Joshua has just said? That a man who is intentional about his relationship, who loves this girl, he will be accountable. Taja kuchukolanga inamu ndabanze tutandise red
flag. It would make you more of a man to me if you are capable to do these things without me having to come.
It doesn't even make you more of a man. It makes you more of an available partner who wants the same thing out of the relationship as me. But I am not. Manange, I don't know. This question has just popped in my mind right now, and the question is, it's very relevant here. Do you think if you have to ask yourself, if you have to ask yourself, where is this relationship going? Are you in a relationship? If you have to wonder, if you have to ask another person, if you have to
go
like if you have, do you think, Manga, some people, I feel like most people. Babera neche chibuzo ebiseri ebisinga. Intino. If you have to ask yourself, does this man really love me? Does this girl really love me?
Loretta, they often say that every time you have to ask yourself if somebody values you or loves you, the chances are high that they don't. Answer. Really, why am I supposed? Why if you love me, why are you putting me in a place where I have to question it?
It actually means,
where I have to wonder. Hey, what Yes, because I mean, what do you mean? I have to worry about my partner, and I'm wondering if my partner loves me. Yes, chaos.
You should be knowing.
Exactly.
You sleep with your peaceful mind.
Like even if I think sometimes even if they don't vocalize it, but it's in the things that they are doing.
Exactly.
It's in the things that how they are handling you, how they're handling situations. Because by the time you have to ask yourself that, a couple of my friends, if you have to ask yourself, first of all, if you have to ask, where is this relationship going? Meaning already there's a gap. They're not defining their relationship. They are seemingly not committing. If you have to go to somebody and you ask, is it? Chances are high.
Such
It is
on Google.
not.
Chances are high. You can't,
Signs
what
of
you
a
take
failing
it?
relationship.
Come on.
Fire.
Tulaba banange oba obadde olina ekibuuzo ekyo bwekityo nga weebuuza am I loved? Does he love me? Does he care for me? Am I chances are high
That you are
chances
not.
are high that the thing is failing. If you have to consult from your dear, look no further.
However,
The answer is
also,
close with you.
sometimes even more like some relationships are tested in very many ways. Nemukama abeeranga naye inacha ayagala okukolamu probably omulimu, you understand. So well sometimes when you tuuka mu situation, you know, we have grown up in church, so we've had stories. Olina agamba banaye musajja yampisa awazibu, musajja ono yandapisa obwavu, naye nga Mukama yangamba yono omukyalo ono namwesibako. Mama, my point kanji maleyo otenge, or you need to get my context. Obwavu bubi bufe. I don't identify, but like chengamba is sometimes situations can place you now in a way did I hear you about this man? You know, or you've had those stories. Or dina kaba banange twaita mu no ne batu persecuting abengana ne batu goba family ne zituvamu. There are very many examples that can cause people to ask themselves that naye kweli in a relationship
Priscilla, I realize those are external. This seem like external things. There are so many things that can fight a relationship externally, but also from this individual. Priscilla, internally.
You must have that confidence.
Absolutely. You're right.
Joshua talked about the intentionality key. You can twegamba 10,000 problems, but whether this man loves me or not is not one thing.
Whether this man
loves me and is committed and wants to go the entire 9 years with me. What are some of the things you can say? How do I know? That probably I'm with the right person. Apart from what are some of those things we want the Gambia?
Green flags.
Some green flags they want the Gambia ko muntu atulaba ngabadde alino muntu. What are some of those things you can say green flags? Yeah, this one might be the right person. Tanaba kusaba.
To me, I think personally, one of the key things for me as a person is I look for empathetic people. Echigambo empathetic is a word that means beyond kind. They're just not kind to you, but they are kind and considerate and thoughtful about you. Ochitegera buli kyakola ali empathetic enough to consider what it will do to you, how it will affect you, how it will push you, you know, chikenda tuzimba tutya. So I think an empathetic person, omulaba, in the things that they do, in the things that they say, in the way they speak to you, you know, kindness goes further. Chisuka ku being kind. Empathy is the key to life, honestly.
But even menace, if they're kind to you, how they are treating other people.
And other people, yes, the people
when
around
somebody
you.
is trying to bug you,
Yeah.
they are going to be kind to you. They are going to put on a whole show. Some bambi put on a show.
Yeah.
They are so kind to
Tubera ku National Theatre wali nga tuwatchinga. Tubera show cinema. Tubera ku National Theatre
it's also
honestly.
important
They
to
are
note,
acting.
it's over here, are they kind to you? But also if you want to peep into who they really are, how are they treating
The
other
people, yeah.
How are they treating people who are also below them?
Yeah.
How are they treating also their peers?
Yeah.
How are they treating
Their siblings, their family.
Those are real quick telltale
It's
signs.
important. Very, very
Akuba bisenga, akuba bimunyiziza.
Goloza tagenda kukuba.
Anyize nnyo akuba bisenga ali kusamba butebe. Gwe mukwano olimu okuba mmeka.
Ngazizo.
I want to say, if I'm speaking in general terms, what did you want in the first place? Kubanga twawukanamu buli waliwo ebintu omuntu byagumiikirizanga gwe tewandi bigumiikiriza.
Absolutely.
Omuntu gola noga nti ngogumiikiriza nnyo ngati ye ali okay gwe fayo ogiraba naye ye tagiwulira. But if I was to speak for men, it would be communication. Men appreciate communication. How this girl
communicates.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
But
let me first pose this question before he goes very far, because I don't want to interrupt his thought. Men appreciate communication.
And women don't.
But no, not that women don't. But I thought it was vice versa. That women, like, we like the details. We like you to tell
men don't.
And break it down.
They are telling us.
Communication. What is it that you mean that men like communication?
Everything about communication we like. Everything. How you communicate your emotions.
Okay.
To make it easier for us to understand.
Because we don't have time to dig. We don't dig.
But also, do you read all the messages they send you? Or you know where is that message? No, where is a WhatsApp? No, where is that?
Some WhatsApp.
You know, na kula ganti agandi.
Some messages send you digging.
Hinga biwanvu webi. Was it soma?
No. Some messages send you digging. That is why a man can leave you home. If you're not a good communicator,
Mutandiko okumanya.
Okay.
Kama mukisa. Kula nyama kaga no malinya ya Yesu. Nayenga you're going through something umsiketa manyi. Era bamwe ku bantu abatulaba your relationship is dying. Ne ugayo yutamanyi. Tamanyi ya ice cream eggulo. Yakomye ne kibox kyenankani. Kyenkoko. Nogulide kasoli eggulo. Yamanyi mulyoke. Not until you learn how to communicate to this guy. I am smiling, I washed your clothes, I've cooked for you. Men don't dig. They don't.
So you need to be able to share.
You must
with them. Okay.
I just wanted to join in and support my fellow man.
Thank you.
I thought what Pastor I was going to say. Priscilla is not satisfied, but I thought but I know men that they don't over dig, so you have to to give quick answers, one worded. They over explaining, they might not overly understand.
Let me put this straight.
Yes.
For what Pastor Isaac said, we don't want you to tell us everything.
Okay.
Yeah. But tell us what needs to be. No. Tell us what is on your heart, so that we don't have to deal with a problem.
What if my heart is a whole essay?
Yes.
You break it down for us.
What do you mean?
If you want us to sit down, the popular thing you'll hear is let's talk. Yeah. Most people, of course, when they hear that, they're like,
let's talk.
There's trouble, but no. It's just for us to sit down and be like, you know what, you did this, I didn't like this, and this. Then, if I am raised well, of course, I'll definitely tell you, oh, I'm sorry about this, I'm working on this, be patient with me. Okay. Yeah, but don't tell me everything. Yeah. If I have the time, of course, I would love to know what you got on your mind. No, there are times when there are times when we don't. Listen, there are times when we don't have the time. And you're busy running a 9 to 5, you're running a side hustle, and you're doing a lot. You're traveling and
this
and he wants this relationship to flourish.
And I have created some time just to know. Of course, every responsible man should at least, before they sleep, they should do their best to find out how their partner is. How was your day? What is going on? What is... I think it makes sense, because if you do not do that, this woman is going to feel abandoned. She's not going... She'll be like, but this man, what? No? I don't want to think for you women, but I'd like to believe that if someone doesn't ask, someone doesn't, respond, they don't show empathy. Like my sister was talking about empathy. She likes empathy. So if you do not show empathy, then you're failing on your part.
Some of the guys see a relationship in the bigger picture already. We see it as a family already.
Pastor Isaac, somebody told me guys know their wives immediately when they see them. Yeah. Mumania, you'll be knowing that we are going to pass time.
Guys see the big picture from day one.
That if you have to ask yourself, what am I, especially the girls, the man knows.
Yes.
The man knows that he wants to wife you up. So if he's acting and playing funny, dear, like this. Yeah, he's just wasting your time and keeping you around and whatnot. And even some even have the dusty of saying, but the man who you
you get, what do you mean?
Here with you, I'm doing the most. So the guy who wants to wife you up, he already knows. So if you feel like he's not saying it, you know that. But on top of the communicating bit, Pastor Choyogede, that men like me, I actually thought that men like to be, maybe I thought he's going in the angle of like of respect, like when communicating your feelings. Have feelings. My gosh. But does hell first have to break loose before you communicate what it is you want to say? No. You understand? So you're very, you're just talking anyhow, you're just doing anyhow, and that guy is just, he's not appreciating, first of all, the disrespect, even if you are wronged. Do you see how most, at times said everything that most girls say, but I was a victim in this thing. How did I live and you're now the victim? It's how you share your things there sometimes. There are some men who are manipulative, that they'll make you, they'll turn the situation around, but sometimes it is how you brought up.
Another green flag. Another green flag is if they love God. Bambi. If you find a man, he doesn't love God, he's not going to love you. Baby girl. Man of God. If you find a lady that doesn't know God or love God, she won't love you. Yeah. So my biggest green flag, it's not an act, it's not a performance, you know, and you really, if you're loving God, all of us have to love God because we are God's people. Now, the love of God I'm talking about is that intentional pursuit of God's things. Like, I mean, men are the heads of the family and everything. So how are you going to lead me when Gano told you?
But you love God, but you're also true.
That is the one I'm saying. You can attest to it.
You are a follower, disciple.
Mama, what I'm saying is, the love of God that I'm saying is the love of God now can you kujulira. No gamba musajja yayagala Katonda. Bambi, he really does love God.
That plus all the other things.
Yes.
That plus all the other things.
Yes.
Talking about prayer.
Just we are just identifying green flags. Our green flag
abadde mu kanisa emyaka mingi naye nga tebakateka ka accompaniments.
Yes, ngakaliko no money.
Yeah,
let us go for a break.
Let's go for a break indeed, and we shall come back. Let us go for a short break and we will be right back.
As a modern day Christian youth, what's your motivation?
We were wonderfully and beautifully made.
Join us every Saturday, 3:30 p.m. to 5 p.m. only on DreamTV.
Hello and welcome back from the break. If you're just tuning in, welcome. The show is Loudit, and we're talking about love and relationships, but specifically some of the green flags that you look out for when you're trying to date, see the person, yes, green flags is it what they or Pastor Romshan what they na green flags over there.
Yes, environment. Ebintu to do muntu.
Science and SST.
Environment. People around this person. Uno muntu afana na abantu abali mbula Mungu. Uyagali watu yagali. Bana abantu bali mu bamufana na just gwe batuga international theater. Bwali mu kuzanya sinema. Ajja mu church. Ne mikwano gigi tunuli. You know atete tubuuza gamba muntu ono nti ntekako mu bantu. You're going to hang out with your friends, let me come along.
Ati love already wali wetu asokedde accountability partners. Oye yoba kwesi.
Ba omuli mu gallery.
But let me meet your friends. No.
Me, I don't have friends.
Akantu ako chikaya ne vayo gye bakweka. At least manyayo sibling w'omuntu ono. You know, akukiriza connecting yo n'omuntu we. Because omuntu ono afana n'abantu babe obo yagala oba toyagala. Ekigrupu kye kimufaanana n'ebistory bye bakunyumyako oyinza obutabimanya naye waliwo omuntu gwolaba mu nsonyi okwogera nga abantu balina babayaaye.
That's true.
In a way. Ayinza okubajja mu church ajja ku lulwo kubanga yakulabye oli mulokole ebyagala Yesu tekako dream
team. I think that mama we yamugamba you need to marry a Christian girl. She's good for you. Ayagala kufuna ebyo ebiterere society emujjewo kiri kyemu banja gwe muganda wange prayer mountain twegivuddeeko.
Naye bali banne tebayinza keeping other play for long. Tebayinza bamanye si kyabwe kijja baleberera kati gwe manya abantu one by one ask for it. naddala abawala tebadimandinga kumanya abantu bano.
But you can do it tactfully. Because what's that verse? Like serpents, the serpents, what?
Gentle
as doves.
Just I want to cook for you and your friends.
Oh,
yes. Hey, I want
that is the best trick. Invite them over. Invite them over.
Where are you going to do wife duties?
Not wife duties per se, like a car branch, a car bride, something.
What do you work accountability partner?
A accountability partner. Oh, yeah, I'm a relationship here. Obey one way worker. Yes. Inga you are sister wo.
No, I'm just here.
Come with your friends. Tap into their conversation. My friends are out of the country. All of them.
And that is already a red flag.
That's a red flag, honestly.
And okay, so we've talked about the green flags. Just in Mangu on our side, what are some of the red flags that you would say?
The opposite of what would be a green flag.
I know is the red flag. So to get the mugambe like those pressing ones which they don't need somebody, you don't tuwetaga muntu kuvunulira
personally
tuwetaga muntu prophet kati kuja kugamba now you see him wearing a red shoe. This is what it means. No, it is outright. It's out there.
For the ladies, I would want to speak on our behalf. Nze a person that dismisses my feelings, a person that dismisses my opinions all the time. I am sorry. Really, that is just going to be a problem.
Maybe that's
because I love
flow.
Character flow. We can start again at the character flow to working if you're ready to work with me. But that is how you are.
Even after how you are about
out of your things.
Yes.
Yeah, I would like what I said, empathy, kind, being just as basic human decency. You know, person dismisses you. An argument or something you want to disagree or you have disagreed to disagree.
Respectfully.
I don't have to share your same opinion to show you that I love you.
Because we are all different.
Exactly. You keep quiet.
Keep quiet.
But they just dismiss you. Yeah. Trust me, mama say you you're gonna have to discuss about your children, you're gonna about properties, about friendships, about very many things. Kakati, when manga mlemeredwa wano, could just simple, small things. The big boy, the big girl is going to be hard. So I feel like people that dismiss you, hear me out. Yes. Man, you might know, okay, so you might be right by the way, but just hear me out. Never just have had me. She could, me as me,
Pastor Isaac.
Laziness.
Lazy people.
Is that a red flag though?
Yeah.
But what if he learns to be hardworking? Now you not take more money.
Laziness cuts through
willingness
to both the ladies and the guys. Lazy.
Are you proud of
their laziness?
I think that's about red flags, I tell you, the debate on social media and on Twitter becomes a bit hard to understand what a red flag is. Almost nowadays is categorized as a red flag.
You're wearing
she has
blue shirt.
Red flag. Red flag.
Things which hold water and things that don't.
You can't do something and you just everything is literally labeled with red flags. But I think I'm going to take you guys back to the Bible.
Take us, man of
God. Yeah. Anything or anyone who does not fit within the description of love according to the Bible is deemed to be a red flag.
Love is patient.
Love is kind.
Love is kind. Love keeps no record of wrong. Ochiraba. Kati byonna atulaba. Then read 1 Corinthians 13. And look wamanga byonna bintu obirabye obimugambe. You know, sometimes Pastor talked about communication. We're talking about a situation where you have communicated some of these things and you're just there in the place you have been deciding, should I get into this relationship? And you've communicated these things and there's a pattern and there's a continual flow of the events that you're seeing. Darling, sometimes it doesn't get better. It doesn't. You just need to pack up your bags and say, before I have this, the ring on my finger and there's nowhere I can go, kubango mtukulivu wamane wabasa tokola tete yejusa genda mukwano gwange utuulirize. 1 Corinthians 13 gendo gisome wali wamanga wabanga tabituka byonna byogende kubana talina chatereza tandikira okutambula. How does it might be time invested as you might have, all that love that you have, that passion burning, everything, he's good, he's cute, she's muleke mudize Yesu ona plata like because to them Bible one wali wetuli wali will that verse talking about people that are not equally yoked with us. Mugwanda wange, brother wange, sister wange, Priscilla njamu convertinga mukwano
ogenze mu crusade ogenze mu crusade.
I know Loretta, I know that there are situations whereby abantu bachukireyo maso, but if anything wabanga tuli ku jump wano wenyini, if you can avoid it, chite.
You don't know the burden of winning a soul.
Let me tell you. Let me tell you. You don't know.
You don't know.
Yeah, and you don't want to know because there's no need for you to know.
Yeah.
Of fact, just
and even the progress you have attained, eventually begins to derail because kati oli even trabila banga go yagala kubeera nga ogoba bintu bya mukama yali
your life views and your byanjawulo nnyo for you where you reconcile and say chimwe chekumi tuchiwa. You get it? You get it. So the values and all those biblical principles, mugena kontana
light and darkness.
They will not mix your
red flag. Red flag yange saying by you. A man who puts his hands on you. Violence, behavior. Let me tell you. Akubogolede nchagenda kuba slap. Echakusamba etteke olala akutte.
But Priscilla, he just shouted at me small.
Personally, I have zero tolerance.
Priscilla, he just raised the hand, but he didn't actually slap me.
Friend, I have no tolerance. I want to the flags.
Priscilla, he just pushed the table.
The next thing is going to be a gun on your head. Say, violent people. Violent men that can, even women, there are women that actually beat men.
Yes. Violence against
women. Governed. By the way, tried to was every buzo, is healing. Obusungu bubu bunji waji. When I bend you can muti. Nze Bambi. You can't put your hand on me and you expect to find me at your home. Chizibu. Yeah.
Tata mukubi akola bukozi bwe but just beat. If the girl is violent or the man is violent,
it's
red
red.
flag. And just never yagambi wali 1 Corinthians 13. Self-control. Because you're beating because you don't have self-control. Kati wali era ne wali kulove chukuma wali alina commitment issues. Wanji sumba ne yongereyo banko nawo
kama kuseka mafuta malala gano
kaskali kesi
kaskali kano zemo
wali oli avira delanga they don't even want church na gambe wali you have to come out and ask what are we man you have to come out. Yes, you know that you are a man or a woman that is planting questions in your mind, more questions than answers. You get it. Today is giving you a sweet, tomorrow no. Tomorrow is talking to you. Tomorrow is no. Like you're there. You're in the. Is it Hunger Games, Bana? What are we? Are we in a maze? Are we in a puzzle? Are we in a guess?
As if what
is this? Chichina yes.
Fly.
Wama. Womuntu ambanga tagala ku defining a relationship first of all. Me, I don't like putting labels on this thing. I don't like like it doesn't look good on us. Or it takes away all the fun from the thing.
To be authentic.
Or you're red flag.
Don't put labels go.
It's still up to you. They're giving you all these red flags, but also I'm sure there are certain things that you're noting down and you're saying, okay, this. Now in Chimanyo bitunulidde wansi awo birabako ewa mukwano go waliwo nawe byewemanyide kenyini tula wansi nawo gambe these are red flags for me bano bayongeddeko binyambye. If you had a question and you feel like we have answered it, glory to God. Amen. The other question as we wind up the show is trust given or trust is earned? Trust is earned. Relationships je tubeereyo omuntu naje nagamba trust me, just trust me. Trust me nafuka chi? Trust me.
They are telling you to be careless. That is what they are saying. Bagamba tofayo ziviriza.
Just me.
But
isn't that our relationship with God and our eyes closed?
Yes,
How high do I jump?
Jesus. We wait till we are Jesus.
Jesus said you come Uganda.
What do you mean?
Trust me. Trust is earned. Trust is earned as much as I believe trust is earned. And it can be broken and again because we are in a world of,
because what people do matters.
Yes.
It matters what people do.
And they know what they do.
Yeah.
People know what they are doing. People know what they're doing. You have a good heart. You see good in the people. Thank you. But people know what they do.
Trust and or it's given.
Trust is earned. I don't think it is given. Trust is earned. It is a byproduct of time. It's a
experience,
process of
many how you've been relating and the things that I would also like to think that trust is earned and trust is not given. Because for me to trust you, there are a couple of things that you have done that have continually shown
that you're
dependable, that you're trustworthy. You can't just come and tell me, Loretta, just trust me. Yes, you can use kuja nongamba, trust me. Now yet that word is going to have to be backed up by actions. Togena kujabu onsabe trusting abo trustinzi. That is key. Chitufu njagalera mu relationship mwino kubera mu trust, and that's something you have to tell me as a person who agezako okumpursuing over person gatutambula fena. You're going to tell me trust me. After you have told me trust me, let it be backed up by everything else that you do. It is in what you say. It is in how you say what you say. It is in what you do after you've said what it is you're going to do. Byonna wamanga. So gendo kwesanga ate abantu mbabera bagamba mu relationships that maybe Charlie said ebisinga that when did you know sometimes that you love this person? Some guys here bayakula badda nakulaba nakwagala era naye waliwo ensonga ze yakulabirako okutuuka kyokwagala. But then omuwala oyo ogenda omugamba, and I have to commend women because wow, you're great risk takers, and sometimes you're going to say yes because by virtue of what you see, but mpola mpala otambula nono muntu, you find that there is a trust that you build with them, that you know, because engeri gye yeeyisizamu, engeri gy'abadde dependable, engeri gy'abadde loyal. Yes, and trust where chonze ngamba eri antosola kungamba nti jimpe buwi.
You can't be that careless. You can't be that careless. You've got to keep
and
track.
How do we, just two things, what are some of those things that you say usually break trust among people? In relationships, isn't it romantic?
Lies.
I beg your fucking lying. Because
inconsistency.
Recently I discovered something called emotional cheating. At my big age, I had no idea that there's what they call emotional cheating.
Talk to us.
You cheat first emotionally before you actually leave. The actual cheating is just a end product of
what
was happening,
what has been happening. And of course, I was having a talk with my kid sister. She told me men, common women, are very
good at it.
No, we are the biggest culprits of emotional cheating. Yes, us men. We are very...
We live before we live.
We live before we live. You begin to focus on someone else, and once you start to focus on someone else who's not your partner, you're prioritizing them. So I was saying the emotional cheating bit is one of the things that, of course, lead to cheating and then break trust. Once you break your relationship, that relationship can't be the same again.
It can't. You
It can't
you
be
can
the same.
work it up.
It can't.
You can't. You let me
Most
tell
of
you,
all, Okusaba
it's
and
going
all
to
that
take time. Energy ebeera nyingi nnyo
Obeera
gy'ogenda.
questioned all the time.
Okuteekamu.
You're questioned all
Wait,
the time.
you just even hate the person because there's nothing you say that they'll believe. Oliwa ndi wano nenga siwulira moto.
Olaba trust yewe.
Babikwa.
Omuntu ayinza okuba nga tulaba ng'agamba especially mu relationships what we get about unfaithfulness, that's the trust thing. No, but it might not just be about being faithful. It is in, you know, the small lies gamba. Ate abakyala ebiseera ebisinga, Joshua agambe that men be emotionally. But I feel like it's women.
Yeah.
You get
Really?
because she will live emotionally alone. She'll check out up here before she actually
What I was saying was it was my sister's view. That view is not mine.
Sure.
But
anyway, so it depends. It depends on who the guy is, who the chick is. It's not subject. So it might not necessarily be unfaithfulness. You can't you're breaking a trust.
Small things.
Small things. You get the chin. Deliver on what you have said. And if you can't, nobody. What is the worst? You get a you. So
lies are the key.
Leave that talk. Leave that talk and live up everything that you have said that you're going to do. That is how you're going to build trust.
Also,
Don't be inconsistency.
Yeah, you may be ngatoli imbie nayenga gwe man bikasera nja kuchikola next week nja chikola weekend nja chikola tewali consistency with you buli bakebera ko ekyo oba ya chikola omuntu akowa nobody gets tired of like you know what ono naye so
but the biggest killer first would be telling lies. Because once you tell a lie
and you know, I can forgive you today with that lie.
Yeah,
but if you make it a habit, you feel you're patronizing them. You understand?
Too much.
Like I'm bad day one. Like there's nothing I have done. I just asked you a simple question. But they're like, but just honestly, tell me what it is you're telling me. Then let's see how do we navigate. Do you understand it? If you're a man out there and you're in a relationship, you're over promising, let your person know what it is that you can do and what you want to be able to do. You get it?
Enough of the show.
Yes, and it's still within you, in your character. You're still struggling. Tell them, you know what, help me this way. I will send but I hope to do better. Bananga. The show is Loud It, and we have been having a conversation on love and relationships, and we can only pray that what we've shared here today has given you some insight in your own relationships, in your own way mubebadde navigatinga obadde ine ekibuzo kyobadde weebuuza katukiriza mukama ntino kubyetwogedde wano leero kiyambye okutangazaamu on how to go about that thing that you have been trying to navigate. And until next Saturday, have yourselves a wonderful weekend.
Peace.